Right now, I have to stop saying.
Well, here we are. That went from depressingly boring to suddenly exciting and yet another win. And the Stars find a way to win again. This is the post-game show. Sean is here. Luds is here. John is here. I'm here. Let's start.
Get ready, boys.
Well, it didn't start out well, but boy, did it finish well as the Dallas Stars win their 50th game of the season, beating the Nashville Predators 5-1 at the AAC, extending their winning streak to 7, extending their point streak to 10. Wyatt Johnston scored for the 6th straight game. Mason Marchment, Mikael, Granlund, and Matt Duchene all extend their personal point streaks to 4. And in the end, the Dallas Stars creep closer to the Winnipeg Jets. They're 2 behind their division rival, although I believe Winnipeg might be winning right now in Vegas. That was the game in hand. It might go back to 4 after that, but they get the job done. They get the win, and we're going to talk about it here on the DLLS Stars postgame show. Craig Ludwig, Sean Shapiro, I'm Owen Newkirk. John Andersen is our producer.
Hello, and you know what, guys, quickly, I have to take one on the chin here. I actually played the wrong intro for the podcast, so I need to just play the correct one quickly.
Oh, that's embarrassing. It's not even funny. Like,
yeah, no one's laughing.
It's not funny at all. Apparently,
why would you do that?
I don't think John did that.
Oh, no. Who hit the button?
Well, you know, he played it, but I don't know if he made it.
I pulled the trigger. I did not manufacture the firearm.
Who else
Did
does
you hear?
things like that?
Ask him.
I don't reveal. I don't. We're a tight-knit family on this side of the camera.
Hey, listen.
No one's going under the bus.
Yeah,
Luds.
listen, Pinocchio.
You can launch an independent investigation if you'd like.
Listen, Pinocchio. You know what I didn't know?
What's that?
That they play the bing bong game at the game. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea where that came from. So you just stole that. What are you? Why is he doing that? Like,
Ask him.
Like, I didn't know you just stole that from him.
Where do you think we go? Well, Luds doesn't go to
I
the
don't
game,
know where you
so
come
I
up with.
suppose
You come up with stuff from cartoons like that. Tonight I heard that and I'm like, wait, is my phone on? I thought my phone was on.
They play that after Stars goals.
It's from Ren and Stimpy.
Well, I don't go to games because I stay here and study. So tonight was the first time.
It is from the movie Inside Out.
Bing bong.
I'll take your word for it. Didn't know that.
But there was the tie-in because
So we can't use moving pictures, but we can steal their taglines in games?
Pictures.
Who we stealing
Right, Sean?
from?
You know what I'm saying?
Moving pictures.
Well, whatever that's called. You know,
That
video.
was Luds' childhood. He used to go down to the picture show with his 2 nickels. Catch the moving picture show.
Okay, so what happened tonight?
Oh, my God. They are loving in the chat
They were silent movies, black and white.
the show. Oh, they're loving
We got to
it.
turn Sean up because he sounds like a little mouse back there.
I know. He always goes in and out on our speakers, and we can't tell. I think everybody watching the show on YouTube can hear him.
Oh, really?
Fine.
Except us.
We
Wouldn't it
can't.
be important for us to
You
hear what
would
he's
think
saying?
so, yes.
Effectively, we should know how to figure this
It would
thing
be
out by
quite
now.
effective if we could figure that out.
Okay.
All right. Aside from that lovely intro that we corrected nicely, the Stars did not start well. Right? I mean, it was bad.
Well,
What were the? I mean, I can tell you,
again,
the numbers were awful.
If we go back, and Sean, I don't know if you were already eavesdropping when I said this earlier, but doesn't it seem like they play to the level of their competition? Like they almost, it's almost like, I don't want to say that they're relying on Jake, but like just, Jake, keep us hanging around and we're going to get our goals. And again, that's okay because they find wins the game, but you want to be careful of that because if you take that into the playoffs, regardless of who you play, it changes. So, the good news for Dallas is though, when they turn it on, they can turn it on. And it seems like they can score at will when they want to. And that's a good problem to have, I guess.
Somebody without a name in the chat.
Oh, and
That's weird, right?
No.
Not to have a name. Says the
Yeah.
loudest thing on Sean's mic is him typing on his keyboard.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I concur.
Oh, you concur?
Look at me pulling the words out tonight.
I'm
There you
impressed. The only question is, do you
The
know
only-
the movie that I concur comes
Oh
from?
no, let's not do this.
John, do you concur?
I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna use this opportunity to speak.
We have to turn Sean off.
I know we can't hear him.
We can't hear you,
I
Sean.
am working on it. Sean, you're fine.
Go ahead,
give,
Sean.
Give your takes.
Okay. The only thing about the start tonight that was a positive is now I can effectively we can't blame Jamie Benn.
Can we get
for the
subtitles,
start
John?
tonight.
There. That's
Now he's pretending to talk.
And now he's messing with you.
Yeah. We've always talked about how this team follows Jamie Benn, and in slow starts you're like, oh, that falls on leadership. Well, tonight's a perfect example. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not Jamie Benn, it's just everyone else when it comes to
Right.
starting games slow.
No, Ben wasn't in the lineup tonight. Start was not on the captain.
No, he didn't get to run anybody early game to get the team fired up, get them woken up.
The first period shots were 16-5 Nashville. That is downright embarrassing on home ice. Fortunately, we know the final score. It's above Sean's head, right? It looks good.
Well, I wouldn't say it's above his head.
It is. See,
Oh,
look,
well,
it's right
that
there.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's still.
No,
It is
it's not
above
hard enough
over
to
his head.
figure
It's
out.
just above his head on the screen.
All right.
He's fully capable of comprehending the 5-1 score. But let me tell you this. The best group in that first period for the Stars was their fourth line. Again.
Well, why? Because they play in straight lines. And what what happened early was I don't want to put things in their head, but like they're playing against a team that hasn't been able to win all year long. And so they think that they can go ahead and skate through and, find little pockets and make those passes, and pucks turn over. The fourth line doesn't do that for the most part. They play direct, and when there's traffic at the offensive blue line, they'll find a way to get the puck in, and they'll go in and they'll finish checks and they'll recover it, and then they just bang it to the front of the net. And again, it's exactly what you want from a coach, because it's a good whatever they play. It's a good 8, 9, 10 minutes a game. It's a great 8, 9 minutes a game.
Is there Sean, I'll ask Sean first. Is there a scenario where the coaching staff needs to tell their top 3 lines to play in more straight lines at the start of games rather than trying to be overly fancy?
We're at game 73. Is that what?
Five.
What 75?
Don't make our
So-
season longer than it has to be, Sean. We're trying to get to the playoffs.
Yeah. I feel like this is a conversation that would have had been 35 games ago or 2 seasons ago. So I don't think it's just a conversation that has to be had. Maybe it's probably been had 15 times already. So yeah, start the game better. That's been an issue for a long, long time, and I don't have an answer for it, and they don't have an answer for it, and we wouldn't be asking over and over again if they at sometimes didn't have games like this.
You're right. And the thing is, it's hard to tell them not to, because they keep putting up goals and they keep winning hockey games. Maybe it's going to take a game like, what's the next tough game they have coming up? Winnipeg?
Well,
it's not going to be Pittsburgh.
Went Minnesota on the road on a back-to-back.
Yeah, they'll play a little bit
Minnesota's
stickier.
better at home than they are on the road.
But they're going to get their
Maybe.
chances, and if their goaltender's not on top
It's
of it,
probably Winnipeg.
I'm going to say it's going to be and that's good, because that's a little closer to than who you possibly may play in the first round. So, again, we always say it's not like a light switch. You can't just turn it on and off. But if they can do that, then good on them.
Yep. Sean, the best part of the first period for the Stars was not their fourth line. They were good, but it was Jake Oettinger. And he stopped Michael Bunting on a breakaway. He stopped Kiefer Bellows on a 2-on-1 from the right circle. He stopped Philip Forsberg on a one-timer on the power play from the inside of the right slot. Those were their 3 high dangers. And then he stopped a whole mess of other ones. He was really sharp, and he did really well. This is, for all the complaining about the Stars starting, I kind of feel like this is the kind of period that Jake likes, to get pucks, get shots, feel into the game. Maybe not the breakaways and 2-on-1s, but he likes to get some rubber early, so to speak.
Yeah, it's a good quality first period for him, where he gets to jump in and feel the puck early, get moving, get into a rhythm. So it definitely fits into that way. And the Stars goaltending has been really good lately, so that's not been an issue. But we had the conversation about a month ago on this show of like, hey, Jake Oettinger's got to show he's going to step up and put the team on it, not put the team on his back, but make that statement of I'm that big game goalie. I'm the guy that's going to show up. And he's continued to do that now. And this is another example of that. I know it's the Nashville Predators. I know it's a team that's not going to be in the playoffs, but there's going to be a game like that in the playoffs. There's going to be a game like that against Colorado or whoever else if you get to that. These are the type of performances you need to see from Jake Oettinger early in games, because that's one of the few things where when he is struggling, we've seen those slow starts. So if he can have first periods like this on April 20th and 22nd and 24th, all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is one of the few kind of flaws in this team's game with their goaltending that is already working itself out.
So, Sean, then I know Owen's going to bring this up, obviously. Let's go to – bring it up. Bring up the goal from Stammer.
You want to do that?
Yeah, well, the only reason I brought it up is because I want to ask Sean, like, is Stamkos that much of an elusive player that he's not really a shooter? He's more of a passer? Is that why that goal went – because he was looking him off. He was looking to his left like he was going to find that lane. And I'm just curious this isn't about Jake. This is more about Stamkos.
Mm-hmm. He's a shooter.
That's what I think too.
We saw it all night tonight. He didn't hit the net all the time, but he is he's like Ovechkin, park in the left circle and pound one-timers. He is not, I don't think of him as a setup guy. I think of him as a pure goal-scoring, shooting type player.
So but your vision and what you're seeing is on the power play a lot of times, right?
Of course.
But when he's coming down like that, that's what got me on that one. Is Jake, I felt like, and he was looking to his left. But I'm just wondering, Sean, from your standpoint, if you're facing him, do you have to be more concerned about the pass versus the shot? Because it wasn't a good angle.
Well, so I just watched, as you guys were talking, I just watched the video back. He was square on the shot.
This is the only negative thing we can pick on. So let's pick
for
on
Jake.
Yeah. No. But he was like, I'm watching it back right now as we're speaking. Like, he comes down, and to me, it's not Oettinger cheating for the pass. It's him cheating for the high shot. There is a I froze it right here. So I'm using the Jason Robertson iPad method where I would be sitting on the bench looking at this right here.
Just make sure it doesn't move because
don't
hit
use
it.
Don't
hit play.
Don't hit play. Don't hit the play button.
Look at John's eyes.
So like right here, Jake Oettinger is playing the shot. He's not cheating. He's not cheating the pass here. If John wants to get on the screen there.
Okay, now fast forward it to below the face-off dot.
Turn your laptop the other way.
Yep. Now
move it.
Get it to where it's below the face-off dot.
And then if you can pause it again, we'll talk about
this.
This is high tech right here.
So right here. Okay, we're gonna go back, and so now we've got.
There you go.
This is not cheating the pass. This is cheating for the high shot. Look at the glove position. Look at the blocker position, and it beats him 5-hole. So this is Jake Oettinger playing the percentage on Steven Stamkos is going to shoot high. So this isn't him cheating. This is not him cheating on the on cheating that they're looking backdoor or anything like that. It's this guy's going to come in. He's going to try and rip it by my ear. He's going to try to beat me high glove. So
Well, Sean, wouldn't you say that? Here's the answer. Sometimes you just give credit to the shooter, a Hall of Fame shooter.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's a great shot, and a big part of goaltending on a clean rush is figuring out it's the chess match. It's figuring out there has to be some anticipation to try to play that the right way. And so credit to Steven Stamkos for seeing glove up here and basically picking the hole. So credit to a great guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I have two thoughts when I saw that goal. First was Jake's not going to like it. And two, sometimes you have to applaud a high-level elite scorer. And you remember when I referenced recently, probably not Luds, I'll look at Sean. Sean, do you remember, we've talked about this before, when I referenced Ben Bishop, who gave up a goal at one time, and he was asked post-game, what would you do differently?
That one time at band camp?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was a trombone player. But so Ben Bishop said, I wouldn't do anything differently except for make the save. He goes, I did everything I wanted to do with my technique. It just went in. And I think that's one of those ones where Jake's not going to like it, but he's also going to go.
Paused, John.
Right?
John, it's paused, I promise. So look in the if the people can see right here, look at Jake's stick position.
Burned
right
Oils
here.
says, "Be defiant, Sean.
Yeah,
Press
yes.
play. Don't listen to
Like-
Burned Oils."
Look at Jake's stick position right here. The stick is hovering a bit higher above the 5-hole than I'd like. So if you want to get super technical and go through the things that Jake Oettinger and Jeff Reese will go through, it's going to be part of that stick needs to be a little bit lower sealing the ice. You're sealing the ice a little bit more. Now, that is not something where you're going to change your stance completely or anything like it. It's a small tweak. And once again, the fact that we're breaking this down on a Hall of Fame scorer scoring a goal, that shows how good Jake Oettinger was tonight, because this is our one nitpicky spot, because we have to find a reason to yell at goalies every game if they don't have a shutout. So,
Up next, let's talk about the better half of this game, or the better 21 minutes on the DLLS Stars postgame show.
Can I just hold the ad rake over there now instead of actually reading it? Can I just do that? Is that allowed? Empire Today. Just like your favorite team needs home ice advantage, your home needs a home floor advantage. And Empire Today can help you get it. Empire Today is flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. We've all been to those big box stores. You wander endless aisles, then somehow you're hauling all these materials home, looking for an installer and having to do every single thing yourself. It's awful. So, why is Empire Today going to solve your problems? They live and breathe flooring. They will be with you every step of the way. They will even deliver them for you, so you do not have to do what I just said. You can pick your flooring and the right colors for your space. They see how it looks in your furniture with your house. At-home estimates, at-home things, all of that stuff. We talked about Home Ice Advantage. So schedule a free in-home estimate today, because some of the things are just better at home. DLLS listeners can receive a $350 discount when using promo code DLLS. Yes, you heard right, a $350 discount with code DLLS. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday/DLLS for full details.
Let's talk about Monarch Money. Finances can be messy and confusing. Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. I don't know about you, but I want to save money for a vacation. And after working with this group, boy, do I need it. Well, with Monarch Money, you will get a clear financial picture. You get your financial dreams in reach, and managing money is simpler than ever, even for our busy lives. Track your spending, savings, and investments effortlessly so you can focus on what matters most, making your biggest life goals a reality. The finance tool people actually love. Join over 1 million households. And of course, you can get control of your overall financials and finances with Monarch Money. Use code DLLS at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DLLS. All right. Let's talk about the last 21 minutes, because it was like a switch went off. I actually think that it was not just the Granlund goal that started it. It was the two plays, Granlund before the break, Marchment after it, that really sunk the Nashville Predators. But they had to start somewhere and literally crack the ice. Andersen had only given up one goal against the Stars in their last meeting. They lost 4-1 in December against the Preds, and I think everybody was pretty disappointed about the whole thing. Well, tonight, it was that early, I say early, it was that late goal, 19:24 officially. Final, I had 35.2 seconds left in the second period. Granlund tipping it up off the right post and up under the bar. It actually hit the top netting of the Preds goal, and it's his 21st of the year. Duchene and Marchment get the assist, and then 39 seconds into the third period, I hadn't even settled in up in the lounge. I had parked the scooter, got some stuff, and I hear them going crazy. And this is Andersen's version of Jake, although I think worse, because this, to me, is a soft goal. So, Luds, your thoughts about those first two that flipped it from 1-0 to 2-1 Dallas?
The first thing is Matt Duchene comes into play on both goals for me. On the first one on Granlund, Duchene just makes a quick pass. He sees that he's set up in front of the goaltender, so he gets that puck to Granlund right away. And I like what Granlund did. I think he knows he's in kind of tight to the goaltender, so he gets his stick tilted enough where he knows it's going upstairs. The second one with Marchment's goal, it's Duchene who wins the battle on the wall just just before the blue line. The Preds are getting the puck out. Duchene battles. He gets the puck back. And then this is one that, that's a soft goal. I mean, that's a goal that, right, really Sean. I mean, this is probably the way a lot of their season has gone when you just look at little plays like that, because that's just Marchment coming down. Now, I do think that Marchment picked that spot, but regardless, Annunen wants that one back.
Well, and that's the play that got it. That's effectively the type of play that got him traded from Colorado to Nashville in the first place, right? When the Avalanche couldn't figure anything out goaltending wise, and they're trying to flip their goaltending, and for some reason Nashville thought flipping him for Scott Wedgwood was the right decision. And I remember, and I still don't understand that decision to this day, but that's a perfect example of it. Yes, he's 6'4", 6'5", however big he is, and he can fill the top of the net with his shoulders, but he is so weak down low. And he was picked apart that way early in the season with Colorado. And if you're not going to make that save, what are you doing? So that's a bad goal, and it just fits the profile of a goalie who was already disposed of by one Central Division team, and I still don't understand why they made the trade for him.
The next play for the Stars didn't happen much longer. It was about 5 minutes later. Roope Hintz from Robertson and Rantanen. And this was beautiful, right? Yeah. Honestly, Sean, when I saw them gain zone entry, it almost looked like that Robertson and Rantanen were going to run out of room and get caught. And they just it was like the passing was just a hair ahead of the defense. And then, because of Roope Hintz going to the net, they finished it. But they were not far away from getting caught and having that snuffed out before anything happened.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was classic tic-tac-toe right there. And that's that when we keep talking about long-term of Hintz and Rantanen playing together and things like that. And obviously, I think all three of us have talked about the long-term benefits of Rantanen playing with Wyatt Johnston. But when that's one of the reasons you stick with him playing with Hintz at times, because they can really get moving together on the rush really well. I love the way that Rantanen can be part of that group, and he can effectively, I know he technically gets the secondary assist on that, but it's a little bit of that kind of pace and everything like that, where the stalling it that allows Roope to go back far post. It's just a beautiful play there.
When I saw that, and I wouldn't say this exact moment, and I think there was another one a game earlier, but I went to the guy standing next to me. I'm like, now they're together. They are now synced together. The synchronization coming with those three guys has been, you can see it in bits and pieces, and then you see more of it each game. That's the one, and regardless of the opponent, that's the one that I went, yep, now they know where each other's going to be, and more so Rantanen gets it. Rantanen understands what the other two, not that he didn't know, but now he's like, now their timing, it seems to be meshed up.
Yep, I agree. And they were pretty excited about that play afterwards. Mark this down, because remember this. I have a high danger chance from Lian Bichsel, who cranked a 95-mile-an-hour one-timer from the inside of the left circle. Puck was sitting there, and he stepped into it, and he gave me Zdeno Chara vibes. Now, it wasn't 108.
Whoa.
I know. I'm just saying, watching a big, tall...
Oh, John, you got something to say about that?
Bruin?
Jump in there, John.
Big Z? I haven't seen him with his head...
I'm like Beetlejuice when you guys mentioned former Bruins players.
It's true.
Sorry, continue.
John, I didn't notice Bichsel with his head down, buried in his bicycle, trying to get through the hills of North Boston. But this was a cannon of a shot, and he had a couple of chances. Here's the thing. He ripped this one-timer, chases his own puck down in the left corner, and then turns and rips it at the net again. Maybe sensing that Annunen was a little shaken by the 3 goals. We'll get back to him in a minute. Then Wyatt Johnston does what Wyatt Johnston does, which is score. 6-game goal streak continues tonight as he gets a breakaway. What a play by Maverick Bourque to set him up and send him off on his way. And honestly, it's not fair for Annunen. Johnston absolutely freezes him with the deke, and he goes around him and slides it in. He makes it look effortless, and it's 4-1. To me, that it was already over at that point, but that was icing on the cake, and there's another bit of frosting later.
So the video that they should be showing on that Wyatt goal is this is called taking a hit to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick Bourque, I think, probably knew that he was going to take a hit and paid the price for it. I mean, he's fine and everything like that, but he takes that hit. And then again, I look at that as their coverage again. It's just awful. And if you go back to the Bichsel one, there's 3 Preds that got beat up the ice in the middle of the ice. I mean, he left them in they were left in the dust, the one that you're talking about. So it's just, this is part of what, is the issue with Nashville. But again, I just think I think this is all positive things that are happening with Dallas, regardless. And if you, like I said earlier, if you can do this against every team and you can change your game against different opponents, better teams and teams that aren't falling off a cliff, man, that's awesome.
Sean, what'd you see on the Johnston goal, particularly as he went in on Anun in there and completely froze him?
Well, I mean, for me, it's the long lead into it. Like, you go through and you watch it back. He basically, Wyatt receives the puck like right around the edge of the center ice circle there, and there's a long time to build into that. It's not even like, it's about as far out as a breakaway as you can get. And even with, there's 2 Predators kind of still in the screen, but they're nowhere close to it. And it's just, that's a spot where, we talked about Steven Stamkos scoring a goal as an elite goal scorer in an elite situation. This is an elite skilled player making an elite skilled play. And you got a goalie whose confidence is already a little bit shaken for how some of the other goals he let up earlier in that period. It's one of those where, like, my pal Dmitry Filipovich tweeted the picture of him being right there with the caption, "I'm in danger." Like, that's literally what it was. Like, he was in danger, and it ended poorly. So,
Sean, you know what's impressive for me about that goal from the standpoint of a goaltender, because Wyatt made like 3 different stick handles, and I hope you're watching it right now. He kind of goes left, right, but his speed seems to never stop. And it's like from a goaltender when he has to maybe look to his left, get to his right, or whatever it is. But Wyatt doesn't slow down, and it seems like he's going full tilt when he just taps it into the net. Like, his feet, I don't think his feet are still moving. But okay, here we go.
I'm not hitting play on it, John. I promise. So we've got like in the spot right here. Let's get up there. We're at the highest level of technology right now. So in this spot right here, with those 2 Predators players they're completely useless.
This is high-tech TV here.
I know, yeah.
This is analyzing.
I'm blown away with this analysis and technology.
So these guys are completely useless right here. But so right here, I'm going. It goes backwards. So
that looks like a referee.
That's a referee. But so
okay,
like right in this spot right here.
That's the goalie there, right?
But yes, that's the goalie. But in this moment, this is about after the 3rd deke. If I hit play here and get us demonetized or whatever the word is that our corporate people don't like, I will. You would see that effectively Johnston has opened up Anunen's 5-hole already right here, right? And so effectively he has the chance to shoot here, and I'm saying effectively over and over again right now on purpose. So he's
trolling all of us.
He is has anyone here ever watched How I Met?
You can't even not say it.
I love it, Sean.
Anyone who's ever watched the episode of How I Met Your Mother knows. So Wyatt here has put the goalie in a spot where he can shoot 5-hole, or he can take this back like he does there, and it's a really nice move. As a goalie perspective here, the last ditch move that I'd like to see maybe from the Predators goalie when you're in this spot already is maybe you throw the poke check out.
Wiggle your mouse, Sean. It went dark.
Oh, did it? Okay, there we go.
It didn't. The iPad. Our technology, it can't catch up to this.
Oh no, it can't catch up to this. This is the, and this is where, as from a goalie perspective, he's cooked already. And you'd at least like to see him throw some of the desperation in there, because at least maybe you throw the poke check out there. Maybe you do something that throws him off. Instead, he just almost gets turned completely into a statue, and Johnston just cooks him. So great move. Goaltending perspective, there's maybe something else you can do there, but there's a reason why Johnston has scored in 6 straight. And you know what? He's a really damn effective player, Luds. Really effective.
That's a little differently, but
differently.
Luds, that was a great way to set Sean up.
It's a nice segue.
Yeah,
segue.
that was a good way to set
By
up.
the way, just so everyone knows, you guys can send me screenshots for the show.
Well, that would require show prep.
It would indeed.
By the way, did you guys notice Sean's tabs that he had up on his browser?
I did not.
I saw Castle Ludwig and I saw Erfurt latrine disaster.
Oh,
on
so
there.
those are things he hasn't gotten to yet, but he still wants to revisit. I actually watched both of those things when we did our show last week. We have one more goal to talk about, and then we are going to get to your super chats next here on DLLS.
It's the richest weekend in rodeo returns for one weekend only at Globe Life Field. Don't miss as the world's top rodeo athletes compete against the brightest rising stars in the sport for over $3 million in prize money. World champions Haley Kinsel, Stetson Wright, Jackie Crawford, and Casey Field return to Globe Life Field with an American rodeo title on the line. Come for the rodeo, stay for the party. Friday night features country music artist Bailey Zimmerman, and Saturday night is headlined by Riley Green, with special guest Ella Langley. Get your tickets now at AmericanRodeo.com and get ready for a weekend of high-flying rodeo action and the best country music. This isn't just another Texas rodeo. There is only one place to see every reigning world champion compete in one place. Grab your boots and hat, and we'll see you at Globe Life Field April 11th and 12th. It's back-to-back nights of unmatched competition at the American Rodeo. Friday, it's the final qualifying round where dreams are made or broken. Then Saturday, it's the championship round, where the best of the best go head-to-head for the ultimate title. One weekend, 2 unforgettable nights in Arlington.
Let's talk about Sleeper, best fantasy league platform out there. Put your puck or ball knowledge to the test by picking whether your favorite or least favorite players will have more or less than their projected stats each week. All right, John, it's time to revisit your pregame picks.
It was horrible. The only one that hit was Wyatt Johnston. So Wyatt Johnston is moving families up tax brackets. Don't do anything else. Just
stick
Wyatt
with,
Johnston
I believe you
goal.
have a special name for Mr. Johnston.
Wyatt Johnston.
Buy it. Stick with it. With Sleeper, the more picks you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. I'd just like to point out that when John was gone on Saturday, I made a 4-pick ticket, and we got them all
living in the
right.
past.
Just want to say, if you think you have what it takes, new users can download the Sleeper app and use the code DLLS STARS to get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. Apply it to any contest. It doesn't have to be your first. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Okay, one more goal, and then all of your super chats. And when I say all of them, I mean keep piling them up. We cannot wait to get to your super chats, including some what look like rather inappropriate ones I've seen coming in so far tonight. You'll see why in a minute. But Lian Bichsel, remember we talked about that big 95-mile-an-hour slap shot he had, scores on a seemed like equally hard wrist shot from the left circle. The pass from Mikko Rantanen was gorgeous. Saucer, cross ice, landed on the tape. I don't know if you guys think Anonin should have done a little bit better with that, but that goal snaps a 28-game goal drought for Bichsel. He scored against the Preds in his NHL debut. He scored 2 games later, the winner against the Washington Capitals, and he hasn't scored in almost 30 games. Gets one tonight, and that assist for Mikko Rantanen, his second of the night, was his 700th career NHL point. So good on you, Moose.
Who gave the puck to Bichsel?
Rantanen.
Who gave the puck to Rantanen?
That I have to remember.
That's the whole key to the play.
Who gave it to Rantanen?
Between the face-off dot and the top of the circle, it was Lian Bichsel.
Oh.
And
so
when you
give and go.
So if you go back and you look at that, the camera angle is going to show you Bichsel making the pass to Rantanen, and the next thing you're going to see is Bichsel flying across the offensive blue line.
Hold your laptop up,
That
lads.
just tells you. Well, I still got the rodeo read on here. You want me to just draw it on here? But it just tells you
Flip it over and hold it
at
up.
6'7" how this kid can skate. Because to make the outlet pass in that area of the ice, and Rantanen received the puck on the other side of the red line. He gets across the blue line, little twirl, and next thing you know, the pass coming. But to me, that was the most impressive of the whole part. Is all of a sudden this mountain comes into the picture frame. It was awesome to watch him skate.
Sean, do you hold
Can you do that, Sean?
Do you hold some fault on Anonin for letting in that goal?
I mean, he was bad.
Sean's
I was
drawing.
just actively. Yes, I am drawing.
All right, well, then let's get to the super chats while Sean plays artist.
Goal.
Oh,
Goal.
look at this,
See?
Luds.
Pass, goal. There we go.
What the hell
See?
is that?
That's his diagram of the goal. Pass to
Yes,
Rantanen, pass to Bichsel.
Yes.
Jackson Pollock
As long
is
as-
turning in his grave right now.
I'm kind of on the
That
wrong
was an
side
art
of the
reference.
ice.
Close enough. All right,
Turn that thing upside down.
let's go to the super chats.
Well, no, it's the right way on the side that I'm looking.
You got to flip it upside down and it'll look right. Turn your computer upside down. Do it again. Show everybody.
I had to proofread some
Everybody
of
tuned
these.
out by now?
Yeah, there are some ones that are a little touchy.
Yeah.
H.I. McDonough.
Jesus, we're flying.
Look at this. We got old school Nick Cage in that photo with a Oscar Beck
Oh, yeah.
and the year after the cup. My wife, Ed, and I have this perception. Them Dallas Stars can only go as far and as deep in the playoffs as the success of their power play takes them. What do you guys think? Power play didn't look very good tonight. Is the power play the key to playoff success?
It's hard to say. I mean, how many times do we say, goaltending and special teams? So, I don't know. It kind of depends on who their opponent is. Obviously, yes, you want your special teams, especially your power play. I think your power play's got to get you a goal a night. The playoffs, I don't know if they don't lose their minds calling penalties. So a lot of times you may only see 3 or 4 power plays per side. So yeah, I think you want to cash in on at least one of them.
I think you just have to be. I think you have to be +1 on the special teams. I don't think you necessarily have to score on the power play every night in the playoffs, but if you are going to, if you're going to win that battle, I think you just have to win that battle each night. It could just having a perfect penalty kill. It's as long as you aren't losing that battle, you can win the game. That's how I look at it that way.
Yeah, the playoffs really are about momentum, and people are right. Like, momentum doesn't carry over from one win. You don't pick it up the next game, But I think what Sean's talking about, you get out there on the power play and you don't score a goal, but you carry that momentum. Then it becomes a responsibility of the next 5-on-5 shift to carry that momentum into the next shift.
And if you remember 2 years ago when the Stars faced then Dean Evason's Minnesota Wild in the first round, their power play was the great equalizer to the Wild's attempts to try to rough it up and be physical. Dallas just kept scoring on those power plays and effectively knocked Minnesota out of the series. Thank you. Let's go to the next one. John, I can't help it now. Lud's got in my ear. T. Farmer with a little Masterton and 99 Cup. The one blemish on Otter tonight he wanted back. Going into the VH on the post with no one in front and Stamkos shooting. But there's a reason he's first star. I'll never badmouth Jake Oettinger.
Yeah, and I think Sean
Jake.
explained it perfectly
Yes.
about Oettinger on that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Bing bang.
Stars 25 Cup year. They DeSmith and 99. Freely, and he's a good boy. He didn't do nothing. First of all, I like that he put
from what?
Lian as. So, do you guys remember the tripping penalty he was called late in the game? It was an absolute nothing burger, right? It was Michael McCarron,
Oh, okay.
and it wasn't tripping. It wasn't even there wasn't even really caught. McCarron tried a reversal on him and fell down in the little jostling afterwards. And you could see Bichsel on his way to the box. First of all, McCarron tried to go after him after the whistle. Bichsel turned away. They're up 5-1. There's no reason to engage with him at that point, right? Because you don't need to. And then I could see the linesman, because the camera was following Bichsel. The linesman said to him, "You're going to the box." And you can see Bichsel go, "For what?" And then he started barking at the referee who was headed over. And he said, "For what?" And he started to get very animated. And I don't know if you saw this or not, Luds, but the referee that was about ready to announce it picked up his whistle toward his mouth and then put it back down. I wonder if Bichsel was this close to getting an unsportsmanlike that.
Probably that, or it's just a message to send a
Sure.
young kid.
Yeah.
Like you're getting close.
Yeah.
You're getting close. Yeah.
But he had a little pump fake with the whistle. There was nothing in it. It sucks. That's one of those ones where I don't even think it was large man penalty syndrome. It was just a missed call because McCarron fell down. So there's my answer to you for that super chat. Let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
Ian with a Heiskanen 99 Cup here. Mikko Rantanen has made me a better son, student, person, dreamer, thinker, believer, teacher, learner, dreamer, believer, engineer, and gambler. I'm curious about the last part. Hopefully, you're using Sleeper to
maybe
cash in on Mikko Rantanen.
You guys ought to let Ian do a few.
I can.
we should
I
get Lutz going on this a little bit.
I
can
my
guess
kids.
it.
I do my kids. We got lucky tonight.
I can guess on the gambler one, but the engineer one is I didn't know. I don't know how Mikko Rantanen can inspire people to become better engineers. That's the one that actually I'm kind of caught up on.
All right.
The guy does it all.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Burned oils.
Sean agrees. See?
Sean
does it all.
agrees.
There we go. There we go.
That's a Ritzkovian and a
Yes.
Brendan Smith, in case you were wondering.
Bing bong.
H.I. McDonough, his second of the night, his or hers. A Lundqvist in Year After the Cup. Luds, Sean, Owen, favorite band for cranking during warm-up skate?
Metallica.
Any particular song?
Nothing else matters.
Really? But that's slow. You like that for your warm-up?
That was what we played for the cup.
That's true,
And
yeah.
we played the same thing for the championship with the Yellow Americans.
So my two, well, I'm going to give you 3 Metallica cuts that I like for hopping around on the ice. When I was playing club in college, again, nothing serious like this guy, we had Enter Sandman as our first song. And there is no way that I'm at the back end of Gen X. Even Sean, who's a millennial, right? There's no way at that age or older, you can't hear that and not get fired up. I would also go with Creeping Death because I love that one. And Fuel also gets going really fast. Doesn't it? Yeah. You know what's
They're all
interesting,
great.
though? My first job in hockey was with the Elmira Jackals. I've said this before, UHL. Their home lead-out song for warm-up was Whiskey in a Jar, which is actually an old Irish drinking song. It's kind of fun, but Metallica's version is better. Sean?
They played all them songs. I was standing right behind Lars in Mexico City.
Yeah.
It is technically sort of the same band, but 2 different names because they're under 2 different parts of their Fort Minor. Remember the name?
Yep.
Lincoln Park Crawling. Those 2 were they. Those were the 2 that I listened to with my headphones on, stretching before games. So those
Nothing.
2.
So, quick side note, because we're just going on all night. Christopher Nilstorp, who won the Calder Cup as the starting goalie alongside Jack Campbell back when I was with the Texas Stars, said he would never listen to up-tempo music before games. And his reasoning, Sean, was, why should I waste energy before I get out on the ice? I want to be calm, relaxed. He listened to easy listening stuff, and I go, hey, whatever works for you, it's great. But
This is why I drink a beer. This is why I drink a beer before playing a game of goalie, though. This is why. This is the
guy?
important.
Nilstorp. You don't remember Christopher Nilstorp?
Nope.
He's a Swede, won the cup for us with the Texas Stars, got a couple of games called up to
They call
Dallas.
that the cup?
Calder Cup.
Oh.
Yes, it's called the
I
Calder
thought
Cup.
there was only one cup.
Well, it's not the cup, it's a cup.
No, I know. I
got a ring to prove it. It's just not as fancy as your 2 rings.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Sean, easy listening. He wanted a vibe.
Remember, Sean, remember when Patrick Roy said that? Somebody was yelling at him too, and I don't know if it was a fan or whatever. He goes, "I can't hear you. Both my rings are plugging my ears. I can't hear you."
Yeah.
Was
I
it
do
something
remember
like that?
Yeah. It had.
Oh.
Yes. It was. I can't.
He's not loved
I can't
in New
hear you
York
with
right now.
Yeah, I can't hear you with the 2 Stanley Cup rings in my ears.
That's what it was.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah.
I'm going to digress on this. Did you guys see the comments that Patrick Waugh made about Anthony Duclair?
That's what I'm talking about. He's not really liked
For
right
those that didn't see
now.
it,
Duclair left.
can you tell him what? Can you give a quick
Well,
synopsis?
he basically said that Duclair was awful tonight. That's really what Patrick did.
Yep.
And Duclair has been apparently going through other things. And Patrick is the one that wanted him to come back. Like, he liked him as a player, brought him into New York. And but again, goalies, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yep. Sorry, Sean.
Yep. Well,
By
but
the way, I don't have it, although I should have given it to John to play. Sean sent me a video of Beer League Sean making that wasn't even a 2-pad stack. That looked like a rollover save.
No, I made the glove save behind the back. John, if I got this to you right now, can we get into the
please.
show?
Oh, he can't add video
If
once.
it's
Pull
a
up-
video,
pull
it
up
can't
live,
get in the
Barn.
show.
That's basically
It's
what
not
it
live.
is.
I mean, just hold you. Why are we suddenly
live.
deciding that we need to send me stuff for the show? Like,
hold
Let's go to
hold
the
your
video.
phone up, Sean, and then zoom in because he's in the background. but he makes a pretty ridiculous save behind the back and does sort of a spin around. He was very proud of it.
You got to make it look bigger and better than what it was, of course. Then they missed that, and then they just turtled. Are we waiting for something?
No, we're going to go to the next super chat while we wait for Sean to work on
I'm
his
going
technology.
to find this one.
Reed Thomas with a Madonna 99 cup here. It looks like Luds is about to go ballroom dancing, but forgot to take off his black long sleeve pregame warm-up shirt. Side note, gut feeling, does Dallas catch Winnipeg? How do you like that?
Hey, I can't say things, but can I do a gesture to Reed?
No.
No?
No. I don't think that would be any better than the things we've said.
Really?
No.
Well, it's for the people that are listening. They don't know what I'm doing.
That's true, but the people watching will definitely know, and it's in perpetuity because they can go back and rewatch it. All right.
Oh, okay.
Ready for this?
I have the video now. This is actually.
This is like
don't show the video. God forbid.
This is not a
is this
copyright.
legal to show?
This is legal because it's not copyright.
Oh, okay.
So there's Sean in the net. Ready? Sean, talk us through it.
Catch this puck behind my back. So.
Oh, wow.
That's a.
What is this? An over 60 league you play in?
We're gonna play the Zapruder film next.
Back
can you
into the
take
left,
it off?
John.
Take it off. Hey, Sean, take it off slow mo.
There's nothing
sorry,
more
we don't
humbling
play this
than walking into the rink and watching a game before you being really slow.
yeah.
Go, man, these guys are awfully
Yeah.
slow,
These
and then
guys
go,
are yeah.
oh wait, I play against those guys.
The worst thing is watching yourself play because it is super slow. But that is a. I'm still showing it again because I don't care because I know they're noise Luds. So there
Actually,
we go.
Luds wants to break this down. How's the D zone coverage there?
Bad,
Has
terrible.
everybody got a different jersey on? They got different jerseys, different pants. Don't you guys have uniforms that match?
Well, we do have uniforms to match, but we all just didn't play. We all didn't play for the Dallas Stars and then have alumni locker rooms with like locker room attendants anymore.
Oh, so you don't
that's
have your own-
something.
Okay.
No, that's I don't get that privilege in life that you got from playing in the NHL. So that's.
I mean, if you're going to represent. What does
I
that
know
say?
that's true. We don't have an equipment manager like you have, Andrew.
Yes.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, guess what? More super chats next here on DLLS. All right. John, start that clock. Let's talk about being a diehard. Sean is already on top of the QR code. Scan that today because we have a very special event coming up this month. We're now not next month. It's now in April. It is the golf tournament, the first ever DLLS Lone Star Open, Friday, April 25th. It's a shotgun start at Stevens Park Golf Course in Dallas, 9 a.m. We get underway. There's free range balls beforehand, a continental breakfast, cart, 18 holes, and a buffet lunch afterwards. Of course, raffle prizes and all that. You can sign up to play as an individual. You can bring a team. You can do a foursome. You can also play with one of your favorite DLS hosts. Right now, the guys available, Sean Shapiro of the DLLS Stars show, along with other such greats of the Rangers as John Radigan and Jeff Wilson. So Luds and I are already spoken for. They've already been purchased, but should be a lot of fun. And speaking of being a diehard, not only do you get 20% off events like the golf tournament, you can also get a free t-shirt with your first year of annual subscription. The Finnish Mafia shirt is available, and it looks fantastic. Get that today. Mine is supposed to be delivered on Saturday. If it is, I'll wear it Sunday for our Stars game against Minnesota, even though Luds will be gone and Sean will be remote. I'll be happy to wear it. That is fantastic. We've got 2 new Rangers t-shirts that dropped at the start of Major League Baseball's opening day, which was now almost 2 weeks ago. And I hear, although we don't have it yet, that we have a couple of Stars shirts dropping soon. New ones that have not yet been seen. So keep an eye on that.
Does it say Stars on them or DLLS?
Well, it's DLLS, but it's Stars theme stuff. So wait till you see those. Should be a lot of fun. Sign up to be a diehard today, and there's so many perks.
And only in the diehard chat, Owen, can you now see the video without Luds making fun of me. That you have to pay extra for Luds to have the
So
audio
Sean just posted the video of his save in the Discord.
Okay.
So if you
Good
are,
news is I don't know how to get to that, so I won't have to watch.
you don't have to worry. I can show you on the phone later if you want to
Okay.
break it down again. All right, we have more super chats, so let's go. Hit us.
Where did we leave off? Oh,
Bing
guess
bong.
where we left off.
Hey, they play that same sound at the game.
GM Ben, it's a DeSmith and 99 Cup here. Ludge, I hope you like the intro I made for you.
I do. Now,
did you figure it out?
Let's see it again. Oh,
There it
is.
is.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't like this one. No.
That one was made by our very own boss,
Okay.
Ben.
I appreciate it. Now,
Thanks, GM Ben.
By the way, Lud, so Nick from DNVR, who you initially lodged the complaint with about the intro, who then passed it along to them and got it fixed, he was very happy that it got done for us. But I did tell him that your first complaint was, if you blink, you might miss it. And he said, quote, "Tell bro to lock in then," unquote.
Hey, did I get it done? Some of you guys are too afraid to complain. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Now, listen.
Are you crediting yourself right now?
The whole blink thing was, yeah, well, both of them. We got the, I think it's a woman in a shirt. Right away, bang, it's gone. And now Madonna, right? Bang, it's gone.
The Madonna shirt?
No. You're not even paying attention.
I was reading the chat. I don't know why you get upset. You don't listen to anything we say.
I do. I just act like I
You just pretend like you weren't listening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you don't have an answer, you're just going to... All right. I Love Misty 1985. I'm going to keep going because I don't think you have the appetite to repeat yourself.
Look at this. Look at how long that one is.
Look at it's a Rhett Gardner and 99 Cup here. Well done. I Love Misty. Is it just me, or does this game feel like a certain game versus Minnesota in 2019? Stars played disconnected for 39 minutes, but get a goal late in the second period, then go on to dominate the third, scoring several unanswered goals to launch them to bigger and better things. That game, Luds, was in late October. I think it was even Halloween of 2019, and Dallas was on a horrible losing streak, and it felt like fans were booing. They got embarrassed in Pittsburgh, I think it was, came back, and Ryan Suter scored in the second period for Minnesota, a big one-timer from the blue line, 2-0. Fans were booing. It felt like this game was it 2 or 3? It might have even been 3. It felt like somebody was going to lose their job, maybe even in the front office, not just the coaching staff, because it was early in the Jim Montgomery era. It was also not that early in the Jim Montgomery era. And then they scored a goal, I think it was Radulov, where he was like diving and falling and just slashed at it. It goes in. Well, they ended up scoring 6 unanswered. Radulov had a hat trick, and then they went off on a huge winning run, and it completely saved their season. So I do remember that game very well.
It's if you were to look at the games in a vacuum, there's a similar flow to it. But as far as stakes go and everything like that, if they lost this game, it would have been, they lost this didn't have nearly the same. I know that game was. It's funny to say because that game was in October and this one's in April. But this game didn't. If they had lost this game, you'd be disappointed. But it wasn't there wouldn't be major complications.
It was actually October 29th. Cam, I Love Misty, a couple people jumping in the chat to let me. It was the 29th of October 2019, in case you were wanting to be specific. Thumbs up for Luds. He did not get the little emoji that goes with it. Jordan, talk hockey with me. Hayskin at 99. Missed the recap. Just wanted to make sure why Joe is good at hockey and Mikko is good at hockey. We're both covered. Go Stars, Pavelski. Oh, he was ready for that one.
Yeah. Well, he gets to read them.
He does.
He gets to read them.
Yeah, he puts them on the screen.
You also could read them if you wanted to, Luds.
Well, I'll tell you what. We covered both. Anything either of you would like to add about Johnston or Rantanen being good at hockey?
They're good hockey players.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're very good hockey.
They are well worth the money they're being paid.
And going to be paid.
Bing bong.
Well, yeah.
Too far. Very good name for this because this is too far. Hayskin and 99 Cup here. Wyatt out there undressing goalies like Johnny Sins at spring break. Go Stars. That is too far.
I don't know.
Do we need to explain that to Luds?
Nope. We're just going to keep on going.
I have no idea what is Too Far the name of a movie or something?
Nope. Has nothing to do. Well,
No.
Let's just say, Luds,
No.
Mr. Sins is the best plumber, the best police officer, the best pizza delivery man, the best
electrician,
electrician, the
cable
best
guy.
Next.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
T. Farmer with a Hayskin and 99. Rantanen broke his stick in the bench, then came back with an assist also.
That's good. But he must have got another stick.
Maybe that stick wasn't working for him.
Yeah, that wasn't the assist stick. That might have been the dump
So
stick.
I always reference UMaine because as a kid, that was the team that I was really enamored in from like age 7 or 8 until 15
What
or
team?
something. University of Maine Black Bears. I watched when they won their first national title. It was 1993, and 92, 93 season. Jim Montgomery was a senior. He and Paul Correa just ran riot over the league. It was great.
Is this where someone says, "But I digress"? Or
No,
you digress?
I have a point to that.
Digress.
In the championship commemorative VHS tape, there was a moment where they had him, Monty was mic'd up and he's skating around. And I don't know if it was just funny to me, talk about breaking a stick. He skated over to a teammate during a whistle and goes, "Hey, go change sticks if you're tired." And I thought that was hilarious. Maybe that's just 10-year-old or 12-year-old me thinking that's funny, but
when you said Monty, you didn't mean Monty.
I meant Montgomery.
Oh, did you?
Jim Montgomery. That Monty, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
Bing bang.
So go change sticks if you're tired or break a stick. Ardell with a Oscar Beck and Lian Bichsel. I can't stand Michael Bunting's face. He and Nashville deserve each other. What a tire fire they are. All in doesn't always I can't read. All in doesn't always mean winning. How screwed are they for the next few years? They did give some big money to some big guys.
Yeah, they
Stamkos,
did.
Marchment.
I just wonder if it's a chemistry thing that can be, tweaked over the summer. I don't know. I don't know what Trotz is going to do with that team.
Sean, do you have any further thoughts on the tire fire that Ardell calls the Nashville Predators?
I'm interested to see if Trotz will have the patience to let them all stick together for next season. I just wonder if there's too much of an I think the biggest issue could be trying to overcorrect and try to make a big move to make up for what went wrong this year, and then just throwing things into further disarray. So I think they'll be better next year. I think things will come back together with some time, as Lud said. But just as a GM, you can't overcorrect for past mistakes and then just keep piling dirt on top. And I think that could lead to the long-term spiral.
Sean, do you think
another GM
do you think a healthy Roman Yossi fixes any of this stuff? Yeah.
It's huge.
I mean, I see other things there, but it just, he can do so much. So
a buddy of mine just sent me this meme. Should we share it with John or just leave it? Should we not kick him while he's down?
You sure he hasn't seen that already?
Well, he may have, but should we share it with the fan? With
everybody?
everybody?
Yeah, for sure.
I just got a meme from some buddies of mine, one of whom is a Boston fan. So I just want John to know that this is not out of mean-spirited. It says,
of course it is.
The Boston Bruins have lost 10 games in a row for the first time in a decade.
That's like 10 years.
That is
10 games in 10 years.
So he was
I've been team draft pick this whole time.
He was doing Canadian to U.S. currency conversions in his head. Yeah. 10 years to a decade. I mean, what else can he not do?
Is that our last bing bong?
No, we have more.
I think we have like 6 more or 7 more.
Keep it going. We're going to probably have to hit overtime. Stars 25 Cup year with a Haskin 99. Quote, he goes around him and slides it in. Makes it look effortless. Owen, thank you.
Bing bang.
I love Misty 1985.
You didn't even give me a chance to respond.
John didn't give you a chance. To Smith, the 99 Cup year. Happy, quote, my past is not today. 10th anniversary day.
I looked it up, and we know that I Love Misty is a My Little Pony fan, and I believe that is the reference here. I prefer the Zelda references, though, Misty. Keep those coming. I like explaining those on the show.
I'm glad you looked it up because we were not prepared for that. Burned Oils with a Brendan Smith and Eric Cole? No, I thought he was 70. Michael Ryder, maybe? I don't remember. I have to look it up. Congrats to our team for another 50-win-plus season. Back-to-back years with 50 wins, lads.
Yeah, everything that we say when it comes out positive, they did it again. And again, what I would say is if they're able to elevate their game against, better teams as then if they have to play a certain way against a lesser team and win, fine. As long as they can elevate their game, great. That's what we want.
Up next, I will tell you who wore number 73 for the Dallas Stars. But first, we have to say thank you to everyone who joined us on our television platforms. Make sure to like and subscribe here on the pod. And check out alldlls.com. Your old teammate, but not, interestingly enough, when you played with him, Brad Lukowich apparently wore 73
in
2011.
Yeah, and that number is up in the alumni room.
Oh, is it?
On the mural?
Come on.
37 is his number.
Right.
But that was the first time that he wore 73. So that number's up on the wall in 73. he's not really super happy about
Carlos
that.
Scrastins was wearing 37 when Luco came back.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's why he had to go to 73.
Carlos, right?
Carlos, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Ryder, 2012, 2013. And then, Sean, I should have known this. In 2014, Max Fortunis wore 73.
Yes.
That was his last call-up because he got a call-up before, a couple years before that.
Mhm.
And I think he wore a different number, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the one where they signed him to from an AHL deal to an NHL deal just so he could play the game.
Because
they were
he
so far
wasn't on an NHL
Pennsylvania.
deal in that 13-14
Yeah.
year. Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, Michael Ryder, first round of the playoffs on the Bruins Cup run, had a sweet glove save on an open net against the Canadiens. That's how I remember him.
Ryder was a good player. And when he was in Dallas, that was a strange season. That was under Glenn Gulletson, I believe. And I think Yager was part of that team. The lockout year, they ended up trading Ryder away, and they ended up trading Yager away, and part of the conditional pick for that ended up being Jason Dickinson. So, All right,
Bing
next
bong.
one. I Love Misty, 1985. A hat trick for Super Chats. Joe Pavelski was effective. Hat throw. Yeah.
Oh, that was awful.
Sean's going to throw his hat too.
Yay.
Although Sean's probably not going to be able to go get his.
Yes.
And I don't know if John will, but we're going to go to the next one. Thank you, I Love Misty.
I might have to because I think I have to throw it again.
Okay.
You almost knocked your banjo down back there.
Luds, you can throw it back to me? Or is that only in the other room?
Over there.
No, this is where you have to split up the next one. And then
Bing
hit
bong.
throw. Stars 25 Cup year. This is also a Super Chat hat trick. Haskinen 99. Is Mikko still worth the $12 million if he is the premier setup man on the top line and not the 40-goal scorer coming in coming seasons? The Moose is on the loose.
He's a 80, 90, 95, 100-point guy, right? I mean, a regular season.
Yeah.
So 2-3 years from now when the cap goes up, yes, he's going to be worth it, hopefully.
I think there's plenty of goals from Mikko Rantanen, but if he's your, like, look at Nathan McKinnon. He's got almost 80 assists, I think.
If Robertson? He's a finisher.
He's a
isn't
goal
he?
scorer.
Okay, what is McKinnon? He's not necessarily. He passes more than he's only got.
McKinnon's an all-arounder.
Yeah, he does so many things. That's not even fair to use him. But I mean, there's guys that are just pure. Get the puck on their stick and they put it in that. That's what Robo is.
Well, that's what
Rantanen's
Ovechkin is. He's a shooter. He's not a setup guy.
Really?
He is the epitome of shoot, right?
Yeah, I've heard he can score a goal or two.
I have heard that too. Damn, Sean's hair looked fantastic tonight. McKinnon has 114 points. That's not too shabby. He's not in the top 10 in goals, but he, I believe, leads the league in assists. Yeah, he has 83. Yeah. If Rantanen turns into that, who cares?
Well, I don't think he's going to be that.
No, but
it all depends on if the other guys can put him in there.
But if that line continues to produce and score like they look like that 3-on-1 tonight, do you care if it's assists versus goals for Rantanen? No. He'll get his goals.
If he's flirting with 100 points every single year, it doesn't matter whether it's if it's 5 goals and 95 assists, who cares?
Exactly, because somebody else is getting 30 to 40, 50 goals.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Oh, Sean's sending out the fireworks. I'm a little delayed on my screen. Okay, go to the next one, John. We got lots left.
Bing
By the way,
bong.
that was Stars 25 Cup year's hat trick super chat, even though they did send another one. So I guess I have to throw this now and go get it again for T Farmer's hat trick.
Okay.
Later.
So there's. Oh, he just barely made the screen.
You almost hit Razor.
Yep.
Oh no.
You almost messed up Razor's hair.
Didn't we hear that the Cowboy Show broke a bobblehead during their show the other day? Did somebody say that? I believe
their
I heard
producer
that.
broke our Robo bobblehead.
Oh no!
That's why the stick no longer is attached to his hand.
Oh no!
Are we going for this?
He's trying. Oh, it looked like it was online and then it faded. Reed Thomas with a DeSmith 99 Cup here. Gut feeling: does Dallas catch Winnipeg?
What's that?
Do you guys think your gut tell you will the Stars catch the Jets or not?
I do think so, only because of the schedule that Dallas has left in Winnipeg, and they've got a game against them, right?
The Jets are taking it to the Golden Knights right now, 3-0 after 2 in Vegas.
What's the tiebreaker on? Who has the regulation win tiebreaker?
Well, if the
I
Golden Knights or if the Jets win tonight, they'll be tied with the Stars.
They're back 4 up. 4 points again, right?
But the first tiebreaker is
No, I know, but I mean, aren't they up 4 points?
Assuming they hold on and win this game, yes, it would be 4. But Dallas would have a game in hand in the head-to-head. The tiebreaker, I believe, Sean, is 41 regulation wins for Dallas after tonight, and 40, maybe 41 for Winnipeg.
My gut is no. My gut is no. I think it'll be tight and it'll be close, but my gut is no right now. But
I mean, Pete said yesterday that they have to go like 7-1 or 6-1-1 in their final 8 to have that chance. That would be essentially a 13, 14 game winning streak to end the season. That's crazy. Or is it? All right, let's go to the next one. Burned Oil, super chat for a Brendan Smith and Oscar Beck. Luds needs a thesaurus more than a Bible.
This is a hat trick, too.
Why do we got to bring the Bible in right away?
I don't know. Ask Burned Oils. Yeah, oh, that one faded after a really nice throw. Well, good toss, John.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Bing bong.
Stars 25 Cup year. This is number 4. So also the Baker's hat trick.
This is the not the Joe Thornton hat trick, though, right?
No, this is the Joe Thornton, isn't it?
Well, just don't do.
Remember
the Joe
that quote,
Thornton
Luds? If I scored 4 goals, I'd walk around with what out? Don't say it. Don't say it.
Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sin, yeah. Who wore the C and A tonight with Jamie Benn out?
No one.
Nobody wears the C.
Yeah, there's no C, but there was the 3 A's were Esa Lindell, Roope Hintz, and Matt Duchene tonight.
So they got an extra A tonight. Yeah, you don't just give up, let somebody else wear the C. That doesn't work.
Bing bong.
Last one, and I have to throw my hat.
Is this another one?
Yeah.
Okay. That one did not get shown on air. That went wide to the left.
The last one did either.
That was they call that a Scott Norwood hat throw.
Oh, Buffalo Bills.
Shout out Mark Stein.
Taking strays they don't deserve. T Farmer with a Madonna 99. Boys, that puck was zipping around like a caffeinated jackrabbit on a grease griddle. Pure unadulterated velocity, a veritable synonym for haste, leaving the defense flummoxed and flabbergasted. You think that he's trying to sound like Razor?
I don't even know what you all said.
Okay.
I mean,
this country concert outside is getting out of hand right now.
Slip you up.
Yeah, well, I said synonym instead of synonym, so almost sounded like cinnamon.
All right, bedtime.
Cinnamon.
Is that the last one?
Yep.
Oh, how about that? Well, that was nice. We went way past for overtime. We are off tomorrow, and we're back on Saturday. Luds will be remote because he has a engagement back east, but you'll be...
You say back east like I'm from back east.
I am.
You are.
And he is.
Yeah, but that's not me.
No, okay, but I didn't say in your hometown of Wisconsin, right?
Well, I'll be in some hotel like pregame show time.
Probably with more decorations on the walls than Sam.
I think I kind of when I land, I don't know if I'll have time to decorate.
Okay, well, I just hope that you don't breathe the air too much and that you feel okay after a little while.
Yeah, it stinks there.
Yeah. By the way, we wish Sam continued recovery. He's had his appendix out, and he's...
I thought I saw him in the suite bartending tonight.
That was funny. You want to share with everybody that, or you want to just leave it at that?
Well, I thought John would have already put it up there.
He didn't. I don't think he loaded it.
No one sent me anything for the show tonight, as we established about 20 minutes into the program.
You've got the picture.
So...
You know exactly what we're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A picture to the group text.
See, you guys didn't end it fast enough, and now we got another bing bong.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Don't hold on. Read it and say bye.
I want to explain this picture. So Lud sent a picture of a toddler in one of the suites. No, you don't have to show it. I'm just going to explain it.
I'm not going to.
And he said, "Oh, look, Sam must be feeling better. He's the bartender tonight." And it was a toddler, and it was funny.
It was the owner's little son that was back there.
Stars 25 Cup year, the Haskin in 99. Lian was 1 assist and 1 fight away from the Gordie Howe hat trick. Thank you. Yes, I did way too much deep diving in it. We corrected it. The NHL stats were wrong, Luds. Ben, Morrow, Maxwell, all tied for the franchise record with 5 Gordie Howe hat tricks each.
Okay.
And some great old names on that
You're
list.
just talking. Somebody's going to jump in.
I know.
John's over there having a tizzy.
I'm over here clenching cheek right now.
Apparently, John's got to go do
oh,
a
there's
Sam
Sam. We found him.
and destroy the plumbing. So, hey, thank you for joining us. It's a 2:00 game, so 1:15 Saturday afternoon pregame show. Me, Luds from somewhere in New Jersey-ish, and John. Sean will be back on Sunday for our Sunday game against the Minnesota Wild. Thanks for joining us tonight on DLLS.
Slutty milkshakes.
We all silly like the mayor.